Hi, everyone. So my name is Mina. I'm a transaction coordinator with Pacific Coastline TC. I work with several Keller Williams offices, a few non-Keller Williams, but mostly Keller Williams. I'm very familiar with KW Command, especially when it comes to your escrows and even leases, any transaction really, when it comes to uploading and submitting the paperwork for your office. So let me just go ahead and share my screen.
And I just say she's the best to everybody. Mina's the best. She's my TC.
Does everyone see my screen right now?
Yep, we see it.
Okay, awesome.
Yep.
Okay, so for KW Command, the URL is agent.kw.com, or you can see up here, it also is command.kw.com. Both of them should be working, but it will take you all to this screen. Your username and your password is provided to you by your office. So when you first join your Keller Williams office, they should all be sending you a welcome package that has all that information. So once you go ahead and sign in, this is what the homepage looks like. So the first step when it comes to creating an opportunity is first entering your client into your contact database. So if you go to the left side on the screen here, you'll see all these different icons, and the second one is for contacts. So you just want to click on that icon. And then you will see on the right side here, this add contact button. You just want to click on that and then fill in anything that has an asterisk next to it. So you are required to put anything that's has a little star there. So you want to put in their name, their email address, phone number, anything that any information you have on your client. I would suggest adding it in here. That way you have all the information that you want. You also, because this contact database, it can be used for your marketing needs. So I think in the end, it's just better if you just put everything that you have on them. And then once you're done, you just want to hit that create button and that will save it. Once you're done entering your client in this contact database, then you can go to your opportunities, which is the icon that looks like it's a handshake. So you just click on that. And you want to make sure you are creating it under you. So right now, I have one that says Migrabian and Associates and Mina An, and that's because I was added as a team member for that. Just so when I do their paperwork, it's just right there. But I want to, if you're adding an opportunity, you want to make sure it's under you. So I've seen other market centers, they might have like a mentor program, and so they might have a section that says mentor program or things similar to that. But it's always best to just make sure this is highlighted under your name, or if you have a team, then it's under that team name. So once that's highlighted, you want to just click create opportunity. And then here, all the stars are in red. So those are the things that you need to fill out that are mandatory. Your market center. So market center meaning whichever Keller Williams that you are a part of, whichever city that in. Opportunity type will be, will be depending on who you're representing. So if it's an escrow, and you are on representing the sellers, then you want to click on listing. If you're the buyers, you're the buyer's side. And then landlord and tenant is this if it's a lease. So then you would just click the appropriate one. And for this sake, I'll just put it as a listing. The owner will automatically be your name, meaning you're the owner of this opportunity. And then clients, when you get to the client part, since we already added your client into your contacts, all you have to do is start typing in their name. And I'm just going to do a John Doe, for example. And then they should pop up. However, I noticed KW Command added this, is that if you didn't happen to do that first step where you added your client to the contact database, you can still add them here. So let's say it's actually Jane Doe, but I didn't add her, then you just click, you first type it in, then click on add new contact, and it will add it right there for you. And then it still gives you the option to add their email address and phone number. But again, doing it in the contact database will give you the options to add in more information if you have that on your client. So once you do that, you just keep going down. If you have any other sellers, you can add their name in there as well. The opportunity name, I usually prefer to put it as the property address. So we can just say it is, for this sake, I'm going to do the Calabasas office. The next one is commission rate. So whatever your commission is, usually it's 2.5. So that's what you would put. If it's anything else, that's just where you would want to put it. Opportunity phase is just where you're going to put your file status as. So it's an active listing, and then under opportunity stage is where you want to put it if it's under showings, negotiations, and legacy. I believe that just means that you're a hot seller, so they put legacy down if you just as an option. So once you apply all those areas, you can hit create. And then it will pop up as the details tab of your opportunity. Once you're in here, you want to go to this property box and hit that icon with the pencil so that you can enter in the address again. And this is an important step because when you are trying to do your commissions tab, this box needs to be filled out, and we will get to that commissions tab in a moment. So once your details tab is all done, you want to go to your documents section. So your opportunity has different parts to it. It has seller profile, where you can add more information on your seller, some marketing, where it seems like I have never actually explored this, but you can make some flyers for that listing. But then when you go to the document section here, this is where we're going to upload all your paperwork for that escrow. So on this left side where it says pick checklist type, if you click on the arrow, this will pop up. So this is where you will pick what kind of property it is. If it is a single family home or a condo that's being for sale, then you want to put residential. If it's land, then land, commercial, and so on. So for this example, we're going to do residential. And once I clicked on residential, if you notice on this right side, this major part here, this is where all these placeholders for different forms just popped up. So this is where you know what is required for your file, what paperwork you need to submit for your office to approve and to release your check to you. Most offices also include the actual checklist within the opportunity. So if you see if you see a checklist and it's highlighted and you click on the name, that usually means the checklist is right there for you as reference. I also use each placeholder as the checklist itself. So as soon as I receive a form that is fully executed and signed, I upload it. So for example, how you want to start uploading it is, let's say you have your listing agreement. It's fully signed by you and the seller, and you have it all separated, saved onto your desktop or anywhere on your computer. And you have it separated by these different forms. As you can see, it says here as the agency disclosure, the possible representation of buyer and seller, the wire fraud advisory. So I usually save each document in a separate folder on my desktop. named what it is. And then when I drag it, want to upload it, I just click on here where it says drop your file here. I look for it wherever it is on my desktop. And let's say, for example, it is this attachment. You can either double click or highlight it and then open, and then it will then automatically upload right there. And then when you click on it, it should open up. So once you submit anything, I advise, even if it's just one piece of paper, that you hit the submit to MC button and then hit it again to submit, because that will notify your office, whoever is the person who's checking the paperwork, to go and look at the new thing that was uploaded. So even if it's just one piece of paper, we advise to always hit that submit button, because in case there is something wrong or something that needs to be dealt with, we'd rather catch it sooner than later and not at closing. So this is the listing section. If you also look on this left side here, you'll see how it says listed, under contract, and closed. And if you just click on them, you can go in each section. So this is basically your whole file, but it's separated in different types of stages it's in. When you're just in the listing phase, this is where all your listing paperwork goes. When you open escrow, you'll go into under contract and start uploading your fully executed purchase agreement, any counter offers if there are any. This is where all your disclosures also go, and like the escrow opening packages and so on. And then when you're ready to close, you're done with all the contingency removals. The close section is where you upload your final documents for that file, which is usually the final walkthrough and everything that escrow sends you once you are closed. And again, each section has a submit to MC. So once you upload something, this button will turn green so that you can hit it, and then the office is again notified. So that is how you upload your documents. If you go back up here, the section that's next to your document section where it says offers and commissions, this is where you or your TC will submit the information regarding your commission. So you would first hit this button that says add new offer. And this is where you can name it whatever you like. I usually just keep it as initial offer because it's the one that was accepted. This first section, which is offer details, it's just asking for the offer date and when you're expecting to close. When you hit parties, it goes to the next. So then this is where you just enter in who everyone is. So Jane Doe was our seller. John Doe could be our buyer. Here being the seller's agent, and whoever is the buyer's agent, you would just fill that all in, and whatever it is that has the red star. So here it needed an email, so I added that. Then you hit next. Now it's the terms. So this is where you put in how much the price, the sales price was, if there is a lending amount, so finance amount, and then the total amount should pop up here where it says sales price. So for example, let's say that was the deposit and that was the lending amount, and the total price was $601,000. And you could enter in anything else you want here, the earnest amount, percentage. However, just that top section is what's really needed. Then you can hit next for agent analysis. And this section, it's not mandatory. This is just if you have any comments on the other agent that you're working with. And then you just hit save. Once you're here, you want to hit accept and then hit manage commission. And then it should show up your commissions page as this now. So this is where now we get to your commission as the agent. If you see anything that has a red star and it has a red triangle, that just means you need to enter in that information. So I'm going to click on here to edit that general information and to enter in the contract date and save it. And then you'll see that it's no longer red. Here in the payment section, this is where you could add in if you have any deductions. So if you have a TC, your TC fee could go in here, or any other deductions. Maybe you're paying home warranty or doing some favors for your client. So this is where you would add it. You would hit the edit agent payment. And you want to make sure this amount here where it says agent gross commission is the correct total amount of your gross commission. But to add a deduction or maybe even a referral fee, if you have that on there too, you just want to go down here and click on add item. Then you want to choose what kind it is. If it's a deduction, like a TC fee, you want to hit deduction. Concession, if it's like any credits or bonuses. But let's say it's a deduction and it's the TC fee, then you would just put in the amount of the fee, the description, so TC fee as what it is, who your TC is, their address, their phone number, and their email if you'd like to. It's not required, but I usually put my email on there. And then you would hit add. And when you do that, it will show up here, and it will apply that deduction or referral fee, whatever it is. When you come over here, where my mouse is, it says add note. This is where I usually put any notes you want to, but I usually put who the escrow is, what their email is, if the buyer or seller is paying any credits to you or any TC fees that might not be coming out of your commission, anything that you want just the office to know. This is where you can enter it in and then save the changes, and then it will pop up here. And then when you're done, that's the final step that you want to put in here. When you're done, you can just hit submit. And then this page will pop up. If you want to donate, you can donate to KW Cares or KWKC. If you don't, you can just hit that skip button and it will submit your commissions to you. And this step is what will make your office create the CDA, which is then sent to escrow regarding how the commission will be split and how the checks will be sent out when you close. And so that's it for that part. Once you do that, you just want to make sure your office got it and you got the CDA right away so you could review. If there's any changes, that's when you just directly contact them after that to see if there's any changes needed. And then once it's approved, it gets sent to escrow either by your office or your TC. Other than that, I guess, yes. So that is pretty much it. Any
Mina,
so far? Yeah.
you want to show them that part where they can split a PDF?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Kim.
Yes.
So yes, some people may have a hard time splitting their documents, especially when the disclosures usually come in as one whole PDF and it's like 50 pages. So Command has an option here where you can split each document and place them automatically into the appropriate placeholder. So if you go to this right side, and it's available in each of the sections, so listed under contract and closed. If you just hit the 3 dots that are right here and click on split and attach PDF, then you would bring up the PDF you want to split. Let's say I want to split this one. And then so I just put in first I put in what I want to where I want to put it under. So let's say I want to put this under the agency, what page it is, and let's say it's the first page. And then how I want to name it, and I usually just name it as the acronym. And then once you do that and hit split and attach selected, it should pop up right there as the first page. And so you can do that if you don't have any other way to split your documents and trying to upload them.
Sorry,
Um,
I don't see that splitting the document thing at the top. How do I find that again?
so do you see the three dots here? Where my mouse is kind of wiggling. Should be on like
Yes, I
the right.
see it. I see it on your screen, but I don't see it on my computer.
Oh,
Are you in Chrome?
Um, I'm not sure.
Oh. Sometimes when we use different browsers, uh, we can have some glitches. Command, just so you know, always works best in Chrome, Google Chrome, but I'm not sure. Were you on the right page? Did you see all the checklist there with all the optional and required documents?
I'm under documents, yes.
Okay.
And I believe I'm in Chrome.
Oh, I don't know, Mina, what would that be?
I would say that's probably on command's end if she's not seeing that
Yeah.
the three dots. Because I
Huh.
think that's just something everyone
Yeah.
has, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Maybe we can help you after the class.
Okay, thank you.
yes. Yeah, actually that also brings up, so if you actually have problems with your command, whatever it is, with its opportunities or your marketing area, if you go to this question mark in the circle right here, this is where, oh, sorry. This is where you can talk to KW support and let them know, oh, my command is being weird, or I can't do a certain thing that I used to be able to do. I usually contact chat with support, and then a chat room will pop up where you can type in whatever it is. Um, if if they first suggest some articles to read that might help your problem, but if that doesn't work, they will then tell you, okay, if you want to talk to a live person, and they're usually really fast about it. So this is where you can get in contact with KW support. One other thing I want to bring up is whenever your compliance officer reviews something, and if there is something that needs attention, they will usually contact you through KW command. They'll leave a comment. So if you ever see this bell icon and it has a little red dot, that means you've gotten a notification of some kind. And if it says, depending on what office you're from, but if it says someone left you a message and it's pertaining to your file, that's most likely your compliance officer telling you something about your file that needs attention, or maybe they're just saying what's needed next to complete the file. But that's how they will notify you to update you about how your file is looking. And you will also see if a comment is left. So let's say I'm just going to leave a random comment. If you see now on where it says listed, you'll see this comment bubble, and usually when that's there, that means someone has said something, and especially if there's a red dot, that means something new has been said. So that's just where you can communicate with your office and see what else is needed for your file, or if it's looking good, and so on.
Amina, will you just because I think we had like 3 or 4 people that joined
Yeah.
after we got into opportunities. Can you just remind them how they first go to contacts? But not, you don't have to do the whole thing, but
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So for those of you who just came in, your first step that you want to do as creating your opportunity is go to your contacts database right here, create your contact. Once that's done, then go to your opportunities, which is down there, the hands shaken, and then create your opportunity. And anything with a star is mandatory. So yes, that's the first step I recommend. Oh, and then going back, I wanted to show you one more thing. So going back to the documents section, you'll see that here, some of the placeholders will have, will say required. But not all of them say required. Some, if you scroll down, some will say conditional. So if it was applicable, or optional, again, if it was applicable. So when, so that's how you will know which is mandatory. And if you have something that's optional, well, you can go ahead and still upload it. And if you'll see here too, on the status section, it'll let you know it's uploaded. So this section here, since I uploaded something, it says uploaded. This one says uploaded, everything else that's blank is not uploaded. And pretty much what's great about this is that you're kind of always kept up to date. So you'll also see here next to listed, it says open. That just means I uploaded items onto there. But once I hit the submit button, let's say, and I submitted it, now it has changed to submitted. And for example, let's say I submitted everything that was required and it was approved. Where it says submitted here in the listed section, if the compliance officer is happy and approves everything in that section, this will then say approved in green. And I love it when they all say approved. But that's just a way of keeping an eye on how your file is looking.
And Mina, isn't there a way that if they have a document that might not be listed in the checklist, but they just, you know, maybe it's just a printout from the MLS or an email from the broker that they want to include in the file, how would
Right.
you upload that?
Yes, thank you, Kim. Yes, so let's say you have a document that doesn't have a placeholder, but you still want to add it in. You would just go to the 3 dots again, where that split and attach feature was, but instead of that one, you would just hit add document, put in the name of the document, what type it is. So let's say it's a disclosure. And then you would just drag and drop from wherever it's saved onto your computer and hit save. And then that would add it to your file as well.
Great.
Any other questions?
And then I should put your cheat sheet in the chat, just in case if you wanted to mention what that is.
Yes, so I do have a PDF of pretty much all the highlights from this class. So if anyone wants a copy of that, I'll be glad to send that out to you. It's pretty much like the notes. And of course, I'm available for any questions anytime. If anyone has a question.
Do we have any questions? Okay. Do you want me to put it in the chat now, Mina?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Let me just
Alrighty.
throw that in there, and then that's her little cheat sheet with all her notes. Just 1 second. Okay, here we go. There we go. That's Mina's cheat sheet and notes on starting an opportunity. So we did record this class, so it will be on our YouTube channel, the KW Shares YouTube channel, if you want to go back and go through the steps, what Mina described. But I think that's it, right, Mina?
Yep, that's it. All right,
Okay.
everybody. Hope you have
Thank
a great weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.